Hi everybody and welcome to this Pro and Expert Division playthrough for the Shredder Slopes tournament. As the name suggests, and also the background image, we are playing a full 9 holes of the Grunberg slopes. Not had this course that often in tournaments, especially not recently. So we do have all 9 holes coming up with video replays and also my adjustments and suggestions on alternatives as we go. Before we get started, please do subscribe to the channel here on YouTube, BK Golf Clash, and join us on Facebook as well. Hit the bell button enabled on your device so that you get notified when we upload new content or go live. Before we get started, on Monday there will be Pro and Expert content for the tournament wins, so do check that out, and also Pro Division content on Thursday, so keep checking the channel. Good luck, and let's get started with hole number 1. We have tailwind, so rather than 6 bars of topspin, I reduce and go with 4.5. I put 2 bars of right spin, bottom right of the yellow ring, touching the rough there, using Thor's hammer in this example, and I play this one max distance with 20% extra for elevation. As the wind goes from right to left, I do counter curl this one a little bit, right edge of the ball, halfway into the wall of the adjustment ring to the right. Drive distance here is 355 yards. And we can use yardage notes here as it is a linear hole. Always set up bottom of the blue ring, where the fringe meets the fairway. As you can see, apply backspin as needed to get the ball guide to the hole. Have full ball guide here, or as best you can with Thorn as it's level 9, but obviously if you have lower level Thorn, you have to adapt a little bit, but I still think you can get ball guide to the pin. Between 3 and 5 bars of backspin, I'm using 10% slider minus 10 elevation, so 10% under adjustment, but 10% slider with a 355 yard drive. For every yard that I'm shorter, I will add 2% to the slider. Two routes available on this par 5. Going to show you the right hand side play, but both of them have a very good chance at an albatross, to be honest. So we're going with 6 bars of topspin here with the APOC level 4. Can use obviously extra mile 8 plus or Thor's hammer 5 as well. If you don't have that, you could also play big topper. These drivers will work for the left hand route as well. Aim down the centre of the fairway, adjusting max plus 10. And I'm not going to go with any overpower in this instance in level crosswind, because we're going to get a very good distance anyway on the drive. If you're playing left hand side, you can stretch out, you could try a blast shot with a power 5 ball, but in tailwind, don't really need to push this that hard, you will be in sniper range regardless. Second shot here, you can do a standard bounce down from the right as I'm doing here. There is also a rough bump available if you want to pursue that. Obviously if you're going from left side, you're going to just have to play standard bounce anyway, but still a very good chance of dropping. Estimating club distance and applying spin to get the ball guide to the front of the cup. In the video here I adjust this one a medium distance, 10% elevation. If you do play from left side, it usually plays a little bit more than that, around 20 or 30%, particularly in crosswind. But either way, both of these routes present a very good chance for an albatross. Nice green to play onto here. We do come in just on the right hand side there, but still an excellent chance on this par 5. We have left to right with some headwind, so I'm going for quarterback rough bump, finding a spot here with the bottom left of the yellow ring just in front of the edge of the bunker. And I'm going spin to pin, which is 2.6 bars of backspin, 2.6 bars of right spin. Ball guide to the hole and through by 1 square. I push adjust my rings here because it's easier then and be more accurate. And I'm playing it max plus 10. Important to hit perfect here. But it does catch the rough very nicely. Just takes the edge there, but still drops for a hole in 1. right to left, Small element of tailwind, but not much. I'm going with Kingmaker here. You can play Katana if you want, but you will need to push up a little bit as well. 6 bars of top spin, 3 bars of right spin. I play max plus 5%. Decide to push the rings as the trees are in the way. I don't push up here because I'm playing with Kingmaker. Little bit of counter curl as well. Bounces very, very nicely. Second bounce comfortably on the fairway, and the ball tracks nicely and avoids the rough. From here, we're playing Thorn, and I'm playing no spin, regardless of where I am on the fairway. Ball guide to the hole. Obviously, lower level Thorns, you're going to have to improvise and just guess your ball guide as well. I play this in between minimum and medium distance with no elevation. Unfortunately, in the example here, though, we do just miss, though. Just to correct this one would have needed an extra 0.1, maybe 0.2. So if I was playing this one again, I'd either add something to the slider or pull over the bullseye. As you can see, we're just going to miss. Take a 90-degree and out. Showing you a rough bump hole-in-one on this par 3 with the sniper and a Kingmaker. So we're finding our position in the rough, and then we're going to add top spin and right spin. And you can see here we are aiming with the ball guide going to the pin, just slightly through, and that is because we do have slight headwind angle with our crosswind. Adjustment in this instance is minimum distance, 0 elevation. If you don't want to play the rough bump, you can bounce using the fairway to the right. But the best chance at the hole-in-one is really the rough bump, because it does take out that secondary bounce wind effect. Perfect ball away, bounces beautifully in the middle of the rough between the sand and the fairway, and we drop this very nicely at pin. Not a particularly interesting par 5 now. This one really just looking to secure your eagle regardless of wind direction. We do need a power 3 ball, and here we do have tailwind. I'm going with 6 topspin and also some side spin to the right. In direct headwind, this hole is a little more tedious, so just play very simple and safe fairways and greens on this one. Adjustment is max plus 10, pushing up to max to gain a bit more distance, so we don't need any overpower, but we do need to hit perfect. And in all instances here, I will be packing Big Dog or Cataclysm or even the Horizon if you don't have very high clubs for the second shot, as this hole is very long. 390 on the drive. Let's have a look at the second shot then. Big Dog or the Cataclysm set up at max distance if you do have any form of tailwind or crosswind. And then we are always going to need 3 bars of side spin to the left, because this hole does go round to the left hand side. And then either backspin or topspin as required. Obviously if you're playing into headwind you will need a couple of bars of topspin here, but we just want the second bounce to be before the slope down to the green. Max distance, 0 elevation on this one. We're not attacking the pin for albatross. Going to apply some left curl here to make sure we get onto the green and avoid the rough on the right. Mine are great left, so we do bounce close to the rough, but a perfect would obviously have been fine as well. And the backspin just checks the ball up nicely, and we make it onto the green to secure the eagle. Using quarterback and a Kingmaker, and you're going to use 4 bars of backspin. Yellow ring just before the end of the rough there. Pause the video, have a look at the landing position. Be careful with the adjustment here. I'm playing mid-distance with 0%, but it's power 1 settings even though you're using a Kingmaker. And then you're going to pull forward 1 ring from the tee. Or you could spin the camera around, push it the other way, push up 1 ring as well. This is because you adjust from a higher point down to a lower point and you lose distance on your shot. Bounces very nicely for a hole-in-one. Rough bump mid, 0%, power 1 numbers, don't forget. Push up 1 ring. I'm playing no movement shot here with the rock, so do not move the target until you come to adjust your rings. Make sure you pre-select your club and your ball before entering hole number 17. 2 bars of top spin, 1 bar of left spin. I play this max plus 10. And then we take our shot, hit perfect. We want to be in distance about 299, 300 yards. And that leaves us with a very nice attempt with the sniper here. So I'm finding minimum distance line, pack the grizzly so you can find that easier. Then I'm pushing up like 5 or 6 rings so that I have room to adjust in the tailwind that we have. Spin to pin, in this case 4 bars of backspin and a little smidge of right spin. Then I adjust minimum distance with 25% over adjustments. This is equal to exactly 1 on 1. So with the wind being 5.7, I'm adjusting 5.7 rings as well. Obviously in the presence of tailwind you can play with a berserker and go full blast, clearing the rough after the first fairway and then leave yourself an end bringer shot. But obviously it depends what your style of play is. Either way, if you don't want to do that, the sniper has a very good chance here. There are some very good landing spots to find, and we drop this with a perfect for a lovely eagle on this par 4. Finishing with a nice tailwind on this par 5 with power 3 ball. Going max top spin and 2 bars of left spin with the Titan. I adjust this max plus 5, then once I've made my adjustment I push back up to max distance. You could actually use a katana here as well, you don't have to use a Titan. As you'll see, we do come in quite long on the drive. Hit perfect, no overpower, no curl. Tailwind pushes us over there nicely. Almost goes too long, but that last bit of fairway is uphill, and we get a drive distance of 425. From here I'm playing mid sniper. I play it mid plus 5, but it's not enough. So what I would suggest here, get your backspin sorted, get the ball guide to the hole, but then add a bit more right spin so that you are offsetting, I would say, 1 square to the right of the cup. Then do your adjustment mid plus 10. I use right spin here so that I'm not adjusting too much down into the bunker, because that would mean that we would lose distance on the shot. Hitting perfect, but as I said, I didn't do any offset here and really should have done, and that means that we do miss to the left, but only by just about a square. Thank you very much for watching this playthrough for the Shredder Slopes tournament. Please do check out the rest of the content on the channel homepage over at bkgolfclash.com. Plenty of other content there to choose from, including the Academy tutorial playlist, including new tutorials on Embringer School, overpower rings as well, and a tutorial on how to dunk with the short iron. So plenty of stuff to have a look at. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.